boys and girls, we're back in business. I've got my Angelsey circuit hoodie on. Me and Neil are shooting films again. Question for you. Why is it that words sound so exotic in Italian and so mundane in English? Quattroporte, 4-door. Quattrovalvole, 4-valve. Arrivederci, bye. Speciale, special. That's quite special, isn't it? That is the new Ferrari 458 Speciale. And the only way you can tell whether it really is that special is to have one of those. That's the new 991 GT3. We're going to have some fun.
When Ferrari trims weight from its V8 Berlinetta and adds power, the results are normally spectacular. Think Challenge Stradale and Scuderia. Well, they've gone to town on the 458 Speciale. Power is up to 605, torque is 398 foot-pounds, and yet the claimed weight is just 1,395 kilograms. There are movable aero devices at the rear for a DRS effect. All the chassis electronics are next generation, the shift is faster, and the cabin is so bare that this one doesn't even have a radio, which made the 5-hour drive here a bit of a pain. The Speciale is 1.4 seconds faster around Fiorano than an Enzo, just so you can answer the question, what exactly is progress? It also costs $205,000, and this particular car is £250,000, which is rather a lot of money. Even with a few toys and the optional ceramic brakes, the Porsche 991 GT3 is less than half the price. But is it really a credible rival? It has just 475 horsepower and 325 foot-pounds of torque, and it weighs 1,430 kilograms. It does have rear steering and a paddle shifter, and its first year of life hasn't been very easy. It's less focused and all the performance claims are milder, and this isn't even the RS version. We'll have to wait until next year for that. Then again, these GT3s have a habit of punching well above their weight, so this is very much a valid comparison.
Now, there are two ways of looking at these two cars. You can either go down the sort of brutal empirical route, which is all about lap times. That doesn't really help when it keeps raining and it's Welsh and it's this time of year. I'm just watching Maro, who's with me, get completely crossed up in the Ferrari. The best thing you can do actually is just go out in the two of them with a mate who's a bit handy, like Maro is, and just kind of have a skid about and see what they're like. And they are, as you'd imagine, quite different. The powertrain in the Ferrari is outrageous. It's so much faster in a straight line. Every time he puts his foot down, he just disappears. But the car feels lighter on its feet and therefore quite a bit more skittish. I'm just watching him slide around in front of me at the moment. The Porsche definitely feels more planted, and I've got more traction in this car as well. So I gain on the exit of the corner, but then the moment we get going and the Ferrari can get some power down, it just disappears. It's just mega. It really is just mega. And the back of the Ferrari, oh hello, that was big, that wasn't meant to happen. And just then he's put the power down, he just disappeared by about 5 car lengths. I can't keep up with him. Let's talk about noise as well. These are very, very emotional cars, and the Ferrari is a bit of a shouter. You know, it just makes a lot of noise. But that noise is of questionable quality to me. It's just a noise. This Porsche, I think, is musical, genuinely musical. And when you get between about 8 and 9, it starts to make some stunning sounds. Gearboxes both have the exceptional kind of paddle shifting dual clutches. The Porsche's shift feels a little bit quicker. The Ferrari's paddles for me are probably better placed than these ones. I quite like the ones that don't move. Don't ask me why. I don't know what's right or wrong in those terms. I do miss both of these not being manuals though. I know I crow on about this stuff, but really, I'd be having more fun if I could have 3 pedals and shift myself. Come on, Maro, it's quicker through here, you big shandy. Look at that, we caught him right up. Mega, just mega. Now he's skidding about and being a complete arse. And what you need to know is the quality of the footwear that's currently driving that Ferrari. Have a look at these now. This is Mauro's footwear. We need to make a regular feature on the stuff he turns up with to drive with, because he's going to be doing a few more of these with me. And I love doing this all day long in this Porsche. It's just a weapon, it really is. As powertrains go, I think someone who'd bought a 911 in the late 80s, early 90s, like a 964, if they'd at that point got into this car, they wouldn't have believed the level of progress. Just how fast and usable this car is. But that then opens that whole argument about, are these things too easy to drive? I'll tell you what, I'll get in that Ferrari and I'll show you how uneasy to drive a car can be when it's got 2 pedals and 2 paddles, because that thing, in this weather, is a bloody handful. I tell you, have a swap over. Because believe me, this Ferrari is a handful, okay? 3rd gear, little hairpin. Look at that, straight away. That's 3rd gear. The Porsche struggles to get unstuck in 2nd gear there. This is now a 4th gear corner, watch this. That's 4th gear, registering 96 miles an hour as we go through it. I'll tell you what, it's just as well this isn't a manual, because I think there'd just be too much to deal with. It is a fantastic car. So, big shout out to my main homie, Jethro Bovingdon, who has been crowing about how good this car is for months. Jethro, I agree, it is sensational. Because compared to the Porsche, it just feels so much more alive. It feels up on tippy toes, the front axle grips, and then the rear comes back to meet you, and you just can't help but dial in the oversteer. I'm quite surprised at how it struggles to find traction, but then again, it's damp, it's not very nice conditions, it's only 16 degrees, and these Michelin Cup 2s don't really like it being that cold. Can you hear the racket that's going on? This car, in many ways, is, in the truest sense of the word, outrageous. Because the abiding impression I have is, how can they sell this to the general public? It's so lively. Look at this now. We're coming into what's normally a 2nd gear turn, so I'll put it in 3rd, brush of the throttle, and it goes straight away. And we ride it out. And the balance is just there in spades. Go up to 4th. This is a long sweeping left-hander. And try not to make it oversteer. That's what you have to do. Try not to. Brakes are sensational, and I love the fact that with all the systems off, with the ABS, you can sometimes get the rear just to mobilise a bit under brakes. Rather than list everything that's brilliant about this car, I almost want to try and find fault with it, and it's so difficult. I think the noise is synthetic compared to the Porsches, yes, and I think the steering is lacking any sense of great connection, but then all steering is. It's better than the steering in the Porsche, certainly. The gear shift is magnificent. There's just not much that's wrong with it. And it's so fast in a straight line. And the most surprising thing, the most surprising single aspect of the performance is the torque. You get in it, you look at the specification, you look at the rev counter and think it's going to have to be revved to within an inch of its life to give the performance, but it doesn't. Anything from about 4,000 RPM onwards, it just spools up and shoots down the road. It's much faster than the Porsche, but then it's twice the money of the Porsche. Wow. I think we ought to now have a look at Mauro's shoes in the Porsche, don't you? I don't know what he's doing back there, but he's right up my chuff.
Man, he looks like he's having a riot in there.
And, oh God, it's gone again. It's gone again. I mean, every time I accelerate, I get 4 car lengths on Mauro in that Porsche. So double the money, you do get a bit more, it has to be said. Oh, look, it's got big again, it's got big again. Whoa! And the fast 4th gear one. Yeah, it's there, it's all there. The balance is there. And one thing we must acknowledge, this is probably the final what I think will in future be known as Luca de Montezemolo Ferrari. I know there's the open top one, but this is the real deal. And I think because of that, maybe it is the modern day F40. Wow. I can't believe they're allowed to sell it to the general public. It's outrageous. Absolutely outrageous. God, this thing's so alive. Such a handful. So well balanced. So over the start finish line, 9,000 RPM, brake hard, fourth gear, tip it in, get the front to grip, and then see how much power you can feed in before it oversteers. Answer, quite a lot. This is second in the Porsche, but it's third in this thing. Oh yeah, the tyres have come to me. The tyres have come to me a bit. Better than the last lot. Here we go, fourth gear. How much can we carry into here? Don't be too greedy, don't be too greedy. The front's just sliding, the whole car just feels completely alive. Wow, what a feeling that is through there. How much can we carry through here? Lean on the front of the car, brake hard, hope that the back axle doesn't come around and whack me in the face. Is there an apex to be hit? Just wants to slide, but all controllable. Surface isn't completely dry, but it's getting there. Very similar to the Porsche, so this is representative. Lacking traction there. I've got the systems on, but it's giving me loads of slip, as you can see. Here we go. Oh, there we go. Right, come on the way out of here, on the way out of here. Yes. We're finding some traction. How late can I brake here? Fourth, third. It doesn't want to stop, but it did almost get into the apex. Somewhere, missed one there. Yes, we're getting some traction now. It's putting the power down. Oh, what a bit of kit this is. On 43.3. Okay, flying lap, a bit of talking. This Porsche sounds incredible. It is a better sounding car than the 458 Speciale. The rain here has been unhelpful all day and I'm massively fed up with it. We just got to go ahead and do it. It's spitting a bit, it's not ideal. Into this super fast right-hander, the Porsche has a habit of oversteering like a but it seems to be okay there. You chase the throttle, you try and trail brake it in, it's a typical Porsche. But with this four-wheel steering, you do feel this sort of shortening of the wheelbase. Please stop. Good Lord. It's an agile thing, I tell you. I really do like the steering. I love the chassis. I like the traction out of the second gear turns. It has got some understeer that you have to manage. The engine is just outrageous though. The engine is unbelievable. Between about 8 and 9, you think, how can this be a road legal engine? And then you pull that paddle, God, and it just fires through each of those gear changes. It's hugely competent and it's very exciting and it's very fast. You just hang on for dear life in the braking zones. This has got the optional carbon ceramics. Wait. Porsche traction. There you go. Wow. Wow. It's quite something. So we can just nurse it over the line before the rain gets really heavy. .143.6.
On a dry track, with warmer weather, the Ferrari would have held an even bigger advantage, but it was still a little quicker than the Porsche. I was surprised how the 458 struggled for traction, but was very impressed how neatly its chassis electronics worked. The GT3 powertrain is so exciting, and for the money, it's a staggering bit of kit. And on the road, while I spent many hours trundling around in the Speciale, it really isn't much more compromised than a standard car. But we didn't shoot any road footage, so I can't really say much more. Likewise, the Porsche is just as usable as any other 911. Is there a winner? I'm not sure. The Speciale is the more exciting driving device. Its chassis has the better balance, and it's the faster of the two. But I worry that it's a bit of a trophy car. Way too loud for track days, and a bit too much for long road trips. Whereas the GT3 really does cover all bases. Ideally, I'd have one of each.